Hola everyone and welcome back. Today you're joining me for a short stay in Sorrento and a quick visit to the island of Capri. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone you'd love to take to Sorrento. As always, I've listed all the places we visit in the description below, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. Sorrento was probably my favorite from our Italy trip, only because we didn't make plans for every day, but we just did what felt right. While we were there, we stayed at a bed and breakfast at the top of the mountain. In the distance, you could see Mount Vesuvius, and every morning we had fresh baked bread on the patio. Once we settled into our room, we went to the center of town to find dinner. We settled on a spot called Gnocchi. It was so delicious. They had amazing meatballs and the owner was super nice. She also spoke 7 languages, which is mind-blowing, but we got some limoncello shots and we went on our way. We talked to a lot of locals that were really excited to just talk to us about their day or share little things about their life. While we were in Sorrento, we went to Primavera ice cream shop every single day. It was so delicious and they have hilarious pictures all over the walls of like The Rock or Adam Sandler or other famous people that have visited. But if you get a chance, definitely stop by because they have the most delicious flavors of gelato that you can think of.
I can probably live in there. No one's gonna say anything.
One of the other things in town that I really loved is an old abandoned mill that is placed like in the middle of town, and it's like at the bottom of a cliff. It was absolutely gorgeous and it just smelled like so humid. It smelled like almost like a jungle. Anyways, anytime we went past this, we just made sure to just sit there and stare at it forever. But it was absolutely gorgeous. This is on the way back to our Airbnb. On the way there, there's a little store, so we just decided to get snacks and stuff every day to kind of hold us over in between meals. And this is a view from outside of our Airbnb, and this is the patio. Our Airbnb host, they made fresh baked bread every morning with coffee and like bruschetta. It was so delicious, and the view was absolutely killer no matter what the weather was. Mount Vesuvius in the background looked so gorgeous. There are flowers and gardens throughout the whole property. Everything is so gorgeous. You can just hear like birds in the background, donkeys and dogs and stuff. It really reminded me of being back home in Mexico and just being in the countryside. Once you start walking around the center of town, there's so many hallways and little streets that lead to different areas of town. I couldn't tell you how to get to one place after leaving it because it was just a maze of like shops and restaurants and things placed throughout. But I really absolutely loved just walking around and looking at everything. On this day, we got up and decided to have Lionelli's, which was by the water. During our stay in Sorrento, there was a Red Bull sailing event, so there was a lot of people. There were some camera crews and like teams of, I guess, race crews. But it was really cool to see, but there was a lot going on when we went.
Grazie.
We didn't plan for much, but the one thing that we did plan for while we were in Sorrento was getting small tattoos to remember our stay in Italy. We found a really cute tattoo studio called Blink Tattoo. He had awesome reviews and he got back to us super fast. He also had a really cute dog named Scotch in his studio that we got to just hang out and cuddle with. But I definitely recommend this place if you guys visit Sorrento. We quickly looked stuff up to do that was close by, and we saw that Queen Giovanna's baths weren't too far away. On the way there, we walked past like the whole coastline, but I would definitely recommend maybe getting like an electric bike or a scooter on your way there. Once you get there, you do have to hike kind of down the mountain. It was so gorgeous. It seemed like, I don't know, something out of like a coming of age, like European film. It was absolutely my favorite thing ever. If I had to come back to Italy like for anything, it would probably be this, just because it's so relaxing, and like there were like giant friend groups like having picnics, jumping off the cliffs. If you have a chance, definitely come check this out and spend most of your day here. Make sure you bring like snacks and shoes for like the rocky cliffs, but absolutely recommend it. On our full last day here, we really wanted to walk Path of the Gods, but to do that, we had to wake up at 5 a.m. and ride off with our host to the meeting spot with everyone else, and that was just not happening for us this day. So we decided to go visit the island of Capri later in the day.
No, not olives. Just
Grapes right down there.
where's the grapes? Those are grapes. It is. Beautiful.
You grew in Mexico?
Capri was insanely beautiful. Like the sights were just like out of this world. I was absolutely obsessed. I'm not much of a shopper or into fashion, but if you are, you should definitely visit Capri. Just be ready for like crazy amounts of people. We were here off season at like the end of May, and there was a lot of like tour boats with senior groups of people touring, but it was a little bit crazy just because it was hot and super crowded. But definitely don't miss out if you like shopping. We also saw like influencers and like vloggers, and it was just so cool to see like everyone doing their own thing. But it was absolutely beautiful. For the rest of the day, we kind of just walked around, got food and ice cream and like drinks until it was time to get on our boat and head back to Sorrento.
Throwing in the towel.
I'm ready to go see my ducks.
She said
Limoncello. This is not limoncello.
it is limon gelato.
Yeah. No, you can do it. Oh, look, a good boy. Oh, wait, we're on the main street.
Once we got back in town, we walked around, people watched, kind of just took our time just doing whatever it is that we were doing. We saw so many cute dogs and we missed our dogs so much, so we definitely stopped, gave some pets, talked to the owners for forever. For the rest of the night, we just kind of chilled, had some wine. We went back to our B&B and packed all of our bags so we could head to the train station in the morning and catch our flight to Barcelona. On our last day, it was super foggy and it was drizzling. We had breakfast on the patio and we got to take in the views of Mount Vesuvius and like walked around the gardens and everything. It was super relaxing and I was so sad to leave. Again, for me, this felt like being on the countryside of Mexico, so I really loved it. And this is the very last minute room tour that I almost forgot to do. It was just super simple and basic, like just what we needed. We heard like this crazy donkey neighing in the background and it was so funny. But once we were all set, our host drove us down into town and guys, like it was so crazy. We were cracking up just because we didn't know how to react. I would definitely not drive here by myself. Like I would have crashed ASAP. But once we got to the train station, everyone was super friendly. Everything was easy to navigate. Italy has been my favorite place that we've been so far just because of the mountains and the landscape and the ocean. But I am so thankful that you guys have stuck to the end. I hope you saw some things that you wanted to visit or do or eat. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to follow, like, or subscribe. Our next stop on this trip will be Barcelona. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.